Okay, let me give you some more examples. Remember, I'm still trying to explain to you what a function is. So I'm just scattering about. I'm just giving you lots of different examples in the hope that eventually you will truly understand what a function is. So let's say we've got another function here, f of x equals the square root of x. So when you plot this on a graphical calculator, it will give you something like well, I think your calculator will give you something like this. It would just assume to ignore the negative side of it. So when you square root, let's say if you square, well, when you put, so hang on, let's see, f of 2, sorry, f of 4, when you put 4 into here, hang on, when you put 4 into here, this could be positive 2 or negative 2, because when you square root 4, it could be a 2 or it could be a negative 2. So this here could be a 2 or it could be a negative 2. If you put, let's say, 9 into this thing here, so if this is 2 here, 9 would be somewhere up here. Okay, 9 would be somewhere up here. So this here would be, well, it could be a 3. So remember not to scale here. So this is 2, this is 3 here, and remember it could also be negative 3. So negative 3 here, negative 2. If you put, let's say uh, if you put f of 16 into here, this could be 4. So whether 9 is here, so 18, 16. I'm going to guess 16 to be around here. 16 to be around here. So this could be 4, 4, or it could be negative 4, negative 4. Okay, negative 4. But the thing is, you see, this by you doing this here, this is not a function, because remember, a function can a function doesn't go back on itself. Here, well, a function, well, if you draw a vertical line here, a function can only have one value, because if you have a function like this, hang on, this is a function here, hang on, so this here, hang on. So a function could be, hang on, my pen isn't working properly. Hang on. Okay, if you have a function, hang on, let me start again. So if you have a function, you see this here is a function. If you draw a vertical line anywhere, you will only have one point. A vertical line, only one point. A vertical line here, only one point. A vertical line here, only one point. Well, up here with this function here, well, I can't even call it a function. This thing here, if you draw a vertical line here, you're going to have two points. So we know that this is not a function. Okay, but the thing is, we can in a way cheat. We can say, oh, let's just look at the positive side only. So we put a plus in here. So immediately we can ignore this. Okay, so now this is becoming a function. But the thing is, we also need to state the domain, because the thing about square root is that you can't have a square root of a negative number. So it's like me asking you, what is the square root of negative 4? Well, negative 4, you've got to think of a number when you times by itself gives you negative 4. But the thing is, if you put a negative 2 in here and a negative 2, negative 2 times negative 2 would be a positive 4. If you put just a 2 into here and a 2 into here, it will give you a positive 4. You can't create this negative unless you get to complex numbers. But don't worry about complex numbers at the moment. But here, so my point is that when given this here, you can just say, oh, let's just look at the, so hang on, let's start again. So when you're given this thing, let's say f of x equals the square root of x, you're gonna get a graph looking like this and this. Okay, but because you want to manufacture a function, you want to be able to call it a function. So you abandon the bottom half and just say, oh, I'm only going to take the positive answer to the square root of x. But the thing is, you can't have a negative. You can't square root a negative. You can't basically you can't put -7 into this x here. It's like me asking you what is the square root of -7. Okay, without going into complex numbers, you cannot do this. And again, don't worry about complex numbers. So here, this is good so far, but then you also need to put comma x x. Hang on, you also need to put x has to be greater or equal to 0, because yeah, I think you can square root 0. So 0 times 0 is 0. So yes, you can put 0 into there. So it does include 0. So this here is now a function. By the way, you should do this as well. X belonging to the real number line. Okay, so by you saying this, you cannot enter the complex number. Well, don't worry about complex numbers, but yeah. So but it's sometimes it's okay to omit this, because without this, people will assume that you're talking about x belonging x. Well, if you don't state this, people will. I think people will automatically assume that you're talking about this. Okay, even though you didn't state it, inside their mind they would think this. So so this here now is a function. Okay, because here you're restricting it to x being the positive side, and now it is indeed a function, because look, if you draw a vertical line, there's only one value. A vertical line, only one value. But the important part is you also have to state that x has to be bigger or equal to 0, so that we don't, well, yeah, you have to state this as well. Okay.